What's good, everybody? I'm Blitz5, and in today's video, I'm going to be going over Treyarch's response to the Blackout beta. So I'm pretty sure everybody who wanted to play the beta had a chance to. This was on PS4, Xbox, and PC, and all you had to do was pre-order the game to play it. They were also giving away a ton of free codes, and I myself, because I pre-ordered the game, I got 3 additional friend codes that I posted online to any of my followers. So just a shameless little plug here. If you want to follow me on Twitter at Blitz5 or at Instagram at Blitz5 and friends, you can follow me there. I post all that kind of information and free codes and stuff like that when I get it, and also kind of update you guys on when I'm posting videos. But just a shameless plug there, and back into this video. So after the beta, we saw a lot of criticism, and even during the beta, of the game and how the Battle Royale is working in Call of Duty. It's a lot different than the regular multiplayer, so I think a lot of people were confused by that and had mixed feelings towards it. And we saw a lot of professional players talking about certain things in game that needed to be changed, and one of the biggest things was armor. So this was one of the first things that they responded to, and I have to say that they came in hot with this response. The beta just ended. They already made a huge response on Reddit and on the Blackouts forum, so good for them. This is kind of different for Activision, and I think video games and the developers are really stepping up their community feedback. So they sort of defended the armor here, trying to explain to all of the players and the professional players that in the Battle Royale game, even though it's not very Call of Duty, traditional Call of Duty, to have like health packs, well now it is in Black Ops 4, and armor, that because it's a Battle Royale and you only have one life, that if you didn't have the armor, you really don't realize how fast you would die, and it would kind of ruin a lot of people's experiences. Maybe if you're a professional player, you might be a little better at this, but then the average casual player might have a poor experience if they're dying instantaneously and having to constantly restart the match and they're not making it very long. So they kind of defended that in this game type, in their research, you have to have some kind of armor to at least allow you to stay alive longer, but they did admit that the armor is a little bit too strong. The level 3 armor spawned too much, so they're already changing this by reducing the level 3 armor spawn rate by 75%, and they might look into just having this drop in the rare supply crates, which is what PUBG kind of did for a little bit in some of the game modes, where the level 3 armor only spawns in a crate. They did this with the level 3 helmet. So Call of Duty is kind of following that strategy right now, or at least it seems like they're looking into it, and they're already working on updating it, which is kind of amazing. They only have a month to do this stuff, less than a month, so they do have to hit this fast. They really don't have much of a choice, but it's great to see that they're already doing this. Then they already said that they know that there's issues with the audio, so they're going to be working on that, but they also did kind of defend it and say that the audio is going to sound different in this game because they're making their audio system more advanced, so it's going to be affected by walls and other terrain, and that people maybe just aren't used to it yet, but that they are looking into a ton of fixes. So there you go. And then also they obviously kind of admitted defeat on the inventory management and how you pick up things, but again, they had to defend themselves here. Everything was kind of like there is a rhyme behind the reason here, but I think they know that it's just not the best way to do it. So the issue with the inventory was that basically everything is X, and when you hit X, a bunch of different things happen, right? You can pick up loot, switch your weapon, reload, do all this kind of stuff. So they made holding X how to pick up an item. And for the average player, and as soon as you hop into the Blackout game, this is really frustrating because you tap X to pick up an item, you're not picking anything up, and you have to sit there, look down at the ground, and hold X for each individual thing. So you're holding X for the medkit, for the weapon, for the ammo, and it takes a little while to get through a room looting. And they said they did this because they don't want people to accidentally reload or switch weapons, but I was still doing this because a lot of times when I reload, I hold X to reload anyways. So they said they're looking into changing this to just make it a quick X thing, or maybe changing up the system. They didn't say anything about changing the button, and honestly, I feel like it might just be better if it was a different button. I'm not really sure. I know they're running out of buttons here on the controller, but I just feel like having everything as X, open doors, reload, all that stuff. So many of those things are happening in a small proximity where you're looting, opening doors, and reloading, to repeat myself, and switching weapons, that it's just too many things for that button in a close proximity. And then they also said, they highlighted here, this post was for every console, that the Xbox One was seeing performance issues, and I bet this was really with the OG Xbox, but who knows? I'm sure people were having issues on the One X as well. But this is not good for the Xbox because Xbox is already having a lot of issues with the One X and PUBG kind of issues in other games, so it's not like really good PR for Xbox One at the moment, but people did say that there was a huge difference between PS and the PS Pro, and that a lot of people were having issues with just the traditional PS4. So I think it's kind of going both ways here. And then to wrap up the video, they had some amazing stats here that I just wanted to include in here that I thought were really awesome and kind of funny, and I wish they kind of did this more or posted these more often, maybe on the front page when you sign into Blackout or whatever. So they had some stats here. This one is kind of starting out with like the least cool to the coolest. Players eradicated 7.5 million zombies, which is kind of cool. Squad mates were revived 26 million times. Who cares? 3.3 billion items were picked up. Who cares? Over 60 million stashes were spawned. That's a lot of loot, it says. But then here's the cool stuff. The longest combat axe kill was 213 meters, which is almost 700 feet, 698 feet to be exact. And players managed to eliminate 123 people with a basketball. So if you land out of states, you can actually go in the back and there's a basketball court and you can swap one of your weapons for a basketball. I didn't do this, but I guess some people did and they ended up getting a kill. In the meantime, 123 of them to be exact, so that's incredible. And then here's some really crazy stats. They have the most kills by an individual player. In solos, it was 25. In duos, it was 29. And in quads, it was 25, which is just ridiculous to get 25 kills in a quads match when you have 3 players and there's also, squads out there, the enemy squads against you. So that's crazy. And then the most kills by a team was 32 in duos and 38 in quads. So imagine having four squad in quads get 38 kills. That's almost half. If they were doing it at 88, it's really close to half. So good for them. That's a crazy amount of kills. I've never seen anything like that in the game. So shout out to whoever got that combat axe kill. I wish it was me. I was rocking that thing a lot. I didn't even get a kill with it. Didn't really feel good using it. Kind of just felt really slow and sluggish. So hopefully they fix this stuff up. Like I said, less than a month left. And unfortunately, because of a lot of these issues, I'm more excited for the Black Ops 4 multiplayer than Blackout. But obviously, I'll be playing both. So thank you all for watching. A little bit longer of a video. I'm going to be posting Call of Duty and PUBG and other video game content and continue to be streaming every day, Monday through Friday, around noon to 4 o'clock during the day. So come check it out. Come hang. Say what's up. And as always, I'm Blitz5 and peace out.